What's up, YouTube? My name is Big Boy Snackdown TV, aka Wakanda Snack One, because I got playing around. As you can tell by the title, the thumbnail, and the video, this is my WWE Smackdown review on highlights. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please full watch the video from all the way from the beginning all the way towards the end for watch time hours. Follow my social media down below in the description, and go check out my yesterday, not yesterday, but my AEW Dynamite review on highlights, man, and all that good stuff, man. So without further ado, subscribe to my channel for my wrestling content that I do on the channel, and let's get started. Now, WWE Smackdown was a solid show for what it was, and I give that show a 6 out of 10. WWE Smackdown was live from Lauren France LDLC Arena. It says WWE Then Now Forever Together. We get a look at a beautiful Lion France before heading to the arena for our superstar rival Sikoa defends the United States Championship against Sami Zayn. We head back to ringside as commentary hypes the show coming up tonight before we get a look back at last week's face-off between John Cena and Logan Paul. From there, we go to how SmackDown closed and their reshoot. I remember the weird drive-by punch WWE, but before heading to the parking lot where Logan Paul makes his way into the arena. Oh boy. Crowd welcomes Logan Paul with a chorus of boos as he heads to ringside with commentary hyping the match he has against John Cena at Clash in Paris. Which is I hope John Cena will beat the mess out of Logan Paul. So I got John Cena win that Clash in Paris. Alright. Logan Paul has a mic and he addresses John Cena calling him a parasite, but he insists that he's a disruptor, whatever that is, disruptor. The crowd shoots an obscenities at Logan Paul, who tells them to stop as they're getting muted on TV. He then gets into what he brought WWE to, signing the deals with Netflix and ESPN among others. You're welcome, TKO. He even brought Prime into WWE, and the WWE has become the WWE, which is that word is god awful. He says John Cena represents the outdated intentionalized wrestling that keeps all of you comfortable. Logan Paul is mad that John Cena told him to bring his A game, like he is an athletic phenomenon. He speaks a bit of French to put an exclamation point on what he thinks of John Cena before saying those who don't get with what he about will be left behind. Logan Paul is interrupted by the arrival of John Cena to a huge pop from the lion crowd. They sing John Cena. They sing along to part of John Cena's theme as he enters the ring before giving him another thunderous ovation. With John Cena chanting ringing throughout the arena. We get the introduction about the Unseen 17 celebration one last time in line as the crowd chants John Cena's name again. John Cena finally speaks up to call Logan Paul stupid. You can't do this alone. Without the fans there, it's nothing. John Cena sees so much potential in Logan Paul, and that's what makes him so mad. Logan Paul says he wants to take the business to new heights, but doesn't want to put an outsource to understand the business. He says Logan Paul is not a disruptor, but a wannabe, citing his own career and as having done what Logan Paul is doing now. He calls out Logan Paul remarks about bringing us Netflix and ESPN. He claims it has influence that brings all these things, but Logan Paul's influence isn't what it used to be. John Cena saw the list that was released on top 25 influencers of all time. Drewski, I Show Speed, and others were on it, but not Logan Paul. He made stunt and prank videos at 18 and at 30. When Logan Paul on the front page, it is for the wrong reason. He continues running down Logan Paul when he interrupted by a chant from the crowd. He speaks a little French, which garners a pop. Logan Paul calls John Cena stupid to get more boos, before John Cena cuts him off to say that he needs to understand what it means to be real. He then leaves the ring as he talks about respect and how and how having respect in this family means when when you are having a bad day that you can be given a pass. He heads up the round. He heads up the round. The boy that he gave out 2 months ago on the road to WrestleMania, and tells him he's sorry. He was having a bad day, and thank you for being there when John Cena needed most. With that, he heads back to the ring as Logan Paul tells the professional pretender to wrap it up. He reminds he reminds the you know what that Logan Paul is the one who wanted this match. So he better polish his game. All right, that was a good segment with John Cena. John Cena cooked Logan Paul on this one. All right, backstage we hear from the Street Profits ahead of their number one contenders match against Melo Don't Miss. They interrupted by Uncle Howdy, who asks if they are real family because the Y6 is, and when the Street Profits fall, they will have to find out if they are really brothers. We head back to ringside as Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss make their way out to a nice pop before Alba Fire blindsides Charlotte Flair on the entranceway. She goes after the leg of the Queen before she gets pulled away by security. We go to commercial break. So we go to commercial break. We're back at ringside, and the match has been changed to a singles affair between Alexa Bliss and Chelsea Green as we get on the way. So we get Alexa Bliss versus Chelsea Green. And this match right here, I'm glad that Alexa Bliss won, man. This match was okay for what it was. The two women go at it to start things off until Chelsea Green gets the upper hand, sending Alexa Bliss to the corner for some strikes. She takes Alexa Bliss to the mat for a stomp as the crowd boos. She looks to take Alexa Bliss to the ropes now, but Alexa Bliss catches her with a head scissors, forcing the former U.S. champion to take a breather on the outside until she puts out a fire in the path of an attack off the apron by Alexa Bliss. We fade to black for the break before heading back to the action, where Chelsea Green brings Alexa Bliss back to the ring for more damage. Chinlock gets broken as Alexa Bliss fights to her feet and fans Chelsea Green off in the corner before Chelsea Green sends her to the outside, where Alba Fire sneaks in a shot before we fade to black once more. Alexa Bliss is back in the ring now, but takes even more damage by Chelsea Green, who lands a missile dropkick, forcing the tag champion to leave the ring. Chelsea Green follows close behind, but Alexa Bliss turns things around, sending Chelsea Green into the barricade. The referee counts goes on as both women end up sliding into the ring to get back into it. They go at each other. They go at each other until Alexa Bliss gets a near fall. Chelsea Green fights back for a 2 count of her own before climbing up top, only to get caught in a trio roll by Alexa Bliss, who lands a dropkick to the midsection. Chelsea Green drops to the mat as Alexa Bliss goes up top, with Alba Fire intervening long enough for a twist of Bliss to land on Chelsea Green's knee. Chelsea Green goes for an unprettier, but gets pushed to the ropes, only to block a Sister Abigail exchange of wrist locks. Ends with Alexa Bliss rolling up Chelsea Green for the 3 count. All right, the winner by pinfall, Alexa Bliss. This match was okay for what it was, but thank God Alexa Bliss won. Chelsea Green and Alba Fire go after Alexa Bliss after the match until Charlotte Flair comes back down for the save, only to take in a prettier from Chelsea Green, with Alexa Bliss getting dropped with a gory face buster by Alba Fire. They salute as Chelsea Green's music plays. We go backstage where Sami Zayn addresses feeling like the best version of himself. Now that he's on SmackDown, now it's time to go out there and do it. And there's no better place to do it than live. He talks in French about becoming the new champion, garnering a semi-chant from the crowd. Congratulations go out to Cody Rhodes and Brandy Rhodes on the arrival of their new child. Congratulations to Cody Rhodes and Brandy Rhodes their new child, man. That's a W right there by itself. We get a look at WWE Unreal focus on Bianca Belair's pride in making her own ring gear. So we go to commercial break. We take a look at the weekend ahead of Clash in Paris, and then a ventures with a chilling warning from Aleister Black to Damian Priest. Speaking of backstage, we hear from Damian Priest, who warns Aleister Black that he will enjoy every bit of violence coming his way when they face off. But here's my thing that really pisses me off. Why Stephanie Mercury is not at Clash in Paris? Why? Give us Stephanie Mercury versus Io Sky for the vacant Women's World Champion. That would be awesome to see. The crowd wants to see it, but Stephanie. So you mean to tell me that Stephanie Mercury won the Battle Royal at that one pay-per-view, and she became number one contender, but she's not going to Clash in Paris? Show me how that makes sense in the comment section. But like I said, man, Stephanie Mercury should have been in Clash in Paris, where she can take on Io Sky for the Women's World Championship. I would love to see that. Alright. It says backstage back at ringside, Mitchell makes her way out for our next match. She'll face the official representative of Julia for a potential shot at the Women's United States Championship. And that match against Kiana James is up next. So we go to commercial break. Back at ringside, Kiana James makes her entrance with Julia, and man, at least Mitchell got some kind of reaction because there's not much of that here. At least not until the pair entered the ring, where Julia posed with the title to a small something of a reaction. With that, the match gets underway. So we get Mitchell versus Kiana James. This was a squash match. This match was god awful. Kiana James charged at Mitchell with her purse, but Mitchell dodges it and rolls her up for the win. The winner of the match, Mitchell. This was a god awful match. This match was squash. This all ends up being for the stake of Julia attacking Mitchell as she and Kiana James lay out Mitchell after the match before bringing her out to the floor where the women's U.S. champion sends Mitchell face first into the ring steps. They stand over her as we get a look at Drew McIntyre backstage, and we'll hear from him next. Lovely, a 3-second match, and we get more talking after this. Alright, so we go to commercial break. We head back to ringside where Drew McIntyre gets a pop on his way out while we get a look at what happened last week between Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton. Drew McIntyre asked Michael Cole, since he always kissing Cody Rhodes, if there's a medical update before heading to the ring. He tells Randy Orton he knows he's around here. So get out here and let these people sing your song. Indeed, Randy Orton makes his way out, and the people mostly sing his song as he walks down the ramp. This goes on so long that Randy Orton music starts to loop back as he enters the ring, the crowd chanting his name, until Drew McIntyre asks, wasn't that special? This gets some boost as Drew McIntyre says he's going to make Randy Orton see things his way. He says that Randy Orton is fine, attacking him for just about any reason other than thinking he's Cody's friend. He talks about Randy Orton's 2 years recovery and how Cody was talking to him and asking for an update wasn't friendship. It was entitled to use against him. He brings up Cody Rhodes beating Randy Orton in the King of the Ring final because he hesitate, and if he thinks Cody Rhodes really cares, he's an idiot. Randy Orton says Drew McIntyre makes a compelling case, but he drops Drew McIntyre last week because he thinks Drew McIntyre is a prick. This rallies Drew McIntyre up, and he lands a headbutt on Randy Orton, heading to the corner for a Claymore kick, but Randy Orton dodges it. This lands Drew McIntyre on the canvas before he heads to the ropes, and this gives Randy Orton the opening for a DDT from the ropes. Before he can go any further, security guards rush down to intervene, only to take a couple RKOs from their troubles. Hurricane Helms thinks he's safe from this, but takes an RKO as well. Randy Orton heads to the corner looking for the punt on Drew McIntyre, but Drew McIntyre rolls out of the ring and out of harm's way. Alright. Backstage, Melo Miz have an argument about how the last couple of weeks have gone. Miz starts to do his catchphrase before Uncle Howdy interrupts to tell them that there are always different perceptions, but perception isn't reality. You can't handle that. Mello tells him not to write a reality check that you can cash. Um, Ever since Carmelo Hayes got called up to the main roster, he was the first person on SmackDown. They haven't. Carmelo Hayes has not even been doing nothing ever since he got called up to SmackDown. Carmelo Hayes has not never been doing nothing lately on SmackDown ever since he got drafted by the number one pick on SmackDown. And I'm just putting it out there. So yeah, so we go to commercial break. Backstage, Randy Orton offers Nick Aldis an apology and a small bottle of Fireball to make up for his antagonist earlier. R-Truth pops in just to see if Nick Aldis is going to drink that before walking away, reventing television. We head back to ringside where Melo Miz make their entrance, and we get this number one contenders match on the way. So we get a number one contenders match for the WWE Tag Team Champions. Melo Miz, Carmelo Hayes, and the Miz versus the Street Profits, Montez Ford, and Angelo Dawkins. And this tag team match right here, this was a decent tag team match. What it was, we start off with Montez Ford and the Miz. Montez Ford dodges an attack from Miz and a cartwheel away before catching Miz with a dropkick. Tag made to Dawkins for a double team, but before Angelo Dawkins can do more, Melo tags himself in. This leads to an argument before Dawkins gets the jump on both of them, sending Miz away and Melo to the corner. Melo gets sent to the ropes, but fights back with the Miz holding Dawkins down long enough for Carmelo Hayes to hit nothing but net as we fade to commercial break. Back from commercial break, Carmelo Hayes brings Dawkins back in the ring before tagging in Miz. The crowd chanting Miz is awesome. They double team Angelo. Miz stays on the attack with some mid kicks, only for Dawkins to roll him up for a 2 count. Miz fights back before tagging in Melo, who takes Angelo down for a 2 count. He brings Dawkins back to his corner for a tag to Miz, who stomps away at Angelo. He stays on the attack until Melo tags himself in, laying in more damage on Angelo before Miz tags back in. This goes back and forth as muted audio takes us back from commercial break. All right, back. I'm sorry. Dawkins starts to fight back now, sending Melo to the ropes for a world backbreaker. He crawls over for the tag to Montez Ford as Miz tags in as well, with Montez Ford getting the upper hand with a back suplex. A big crossbody and a standing moonsault gives Montez Ford a 2 count. But Miz fights back with a DDT for a near fall of his own. Miz looks for the skull crushing finale as Melo tags himself back in, and Montez Ford takes Miz down for a false splash, only for Melo to hit one of his own, covering Montez Ford for a close 2 count. Miz reaches out for a tag, but gets distracted by the arrival of the Riot 6, and this allows the Street Profits to hit Revelation on Melo for the win. The winner and the number one contender, the Street Profits. This tag team match was decent for what it was. The Riot 6 entered the ring to stand off with men that will challenge for the tag titles at Clash in Paris. The group eventually leaves the ring, staring the Street Profits down. Backstage, Tiffany Stratton is confronted by Jade Cargill, who reveals she is the number one contender for her title. This leads to a back and forth about how SummerSlam went, which ends with Jade Cargill promising all the talk of them being on the same level will die down. Yeah, I would love to see Jade Cargill as WWE Women's Championship, because Jade Cargill should have won at SummerSlam. But it is what it is. I hope Jade Cargill will beat Tiffany Stratton for the WWE Women's Championship, because that title looks good on Jade Cargill, and that's all I gotta say. Elsewhere, Sikoa promised to take Sami Zayn out and retain the United States Championship. Back at ringside, Sami Zayn makes his entrance to a great pop as he challenges for the United States Championship up next. So we go to commercial break. We get a look at the Lee's What's Your Story podcast before commentary hypes up the card for Clash in Paris. Back at ringside, Sami Zayn still has a great reception from the crowd as Solo Sikoa makes his entrance next, accompanied by the MFT as he heads to the ring, and we get an introduction for a challenger and champion to get this main event underway. So we get the main event of the evening, the WWE United States Championship match. Solo Sikoa defense against Sami Zayn. Now, Sami Zayn beat Solo Sikoa not once, not twice, but 3 times in a row. And this is your United States Champion Solo Sikoa that y'all love Solo Sikoa. Y'all acknowledge Solo Sikoa. But guess what? I'm glad Sami Zayn beat Solo Sikoa for United States Championship. And you can tell by the title of the thumbnail too. But this match right here, I ain't even gonna lie, man. This was a good main event match, but I'm glad Sami Zayn won. Solo goes on the attack earlier with some headbutts forcing Sami Zayn to the outside, but Sami Zayn turns it around and goes to the ropes before thinking better for a dive when the MFT stands next to Solo Sikoa as we fade to commercial break. Olay chant from the man. Inspired by El Generico as Solo regroups on the outside. He catches Sami Zayn on the top rope before laying in some more strikes amidst Sami Zayn chants. Sami Zayn fights back with some right hands before Solo Sikoa drops him to the mat. He mocks Sami Zayn before taking a chop to the chest and responds with a beatdown as we fade out of commercial break to return to the normal action. He sends Sami Zayn to the corner for a hip attack before Sami Zayn starts fighting back before sending Solo Sikoa to the outside for a big dive. He brings Solo Sikoa back into the ring, only for Jason Mattel and Tonga Loa to attack him while the referee is checking on Solo Sikoa, who catches a return Sami Zayn with a spinning solo for a 2 count. Sami Zayn, someone in a hoodie revealed to be Jimmy Uso, attacks JC Mattel and Tonga Loa, but they fight back before Jacob Fatu comes out to even things up. He targets Tala Tonga as Jimmy Uso sends the reminder out. Sami Zayn gets a near fall in a meantime and goes for the haluva kick before Solo Sikoa sends him to the outside. Landing a spinning solo that sends Sami Zayn crashing into the announcer table as we get muted audio leading to a commercial break. Solo Sikoa poses with his title before sliding back into the ring, while the referee gets to counting, but Sami Zayn slides in at 8. Solo Sikoa brings him right back out, landing a pair of spinning solos onto the table before sliding back into the ring. The referee counts again, reaching 9 before Sami Zayn managed to get back in. Sami Zayn in the corner as Solo Sikoa lays in a few strikes before propping him up on the turnbuckles. The two fight it out on the top as we come back from commercial break. Sami Zayn managed to slip out of the grip of Solo Sikoa for a sunset flip powerbomb, but it's only good for a 2 count as the champ kicks out. Sami Zayn climbs up top for a flying nothing, and that gives Solo Sikoa an opening for a Samoan drop. Up goes Solo Sikoa, and down goes Solo Sikoa with a splash and the cover, but Sami Zayn kicks out at 2. Solo Sikoa brings Sami Zayn to his feet for a Samoan spike, but Sami Zayn dodges it to roll him up for a 2. He lands an exploder suplex, sending Solo Sikoa to the corner, but a haluva kick gets denied for the first time. The second time works out through, and so does a third as Sami Zayn gets the cover. In the 3, we have a new United States champion. So the winner by pinfall and your new United States champion, Sami Zayn. This was well deserved by Sami Zayn, but thank God Solo Sikoa lost to Sami Zayn 3 times. 3 times the charm in a row. Solo Sikoa is done. Thank goodness. We get a look back at the finish as Sami Zayn celebrates with the crowd singing along with his theme, and the new United States champion even gets power for the accomplishments, raising the title up. high as SmackDown comes to a close. Um, and they should have done this at Clash in Paris, but it is what it is. But they did on SmackDown, even though the United States Championship is a mid card. All right. So we were supposed to have the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss defend against Chelsea Green and Alba Fyre, but that didn't happen. So we got Alexa Bliss defeated Chelsea Green. Mitchell defeated Kiana James, which is the squash match. That match was god awful. Number one contenders for the WWE Tag Team Champions: Melo, The Miz, Carmelo Hayes, and The Miz versus the Street Profits, Montez Ford, and Angelo Dawkins. That tag team match was a decent match for what it was. So we get the WWE United States Championship match. Sami Zayn defeated Sikoa to become your new United States Championship, and I'm glad that Sami Zayn defeated Sikoa, that match was good by itself, but it is what it is. And WWE Smackdown goes off the air. All right, let me get my opinion what I think about WWE Smackdown. Now WWE Smackdown was a decent show, and I give that show a 6 out of 10. All right. But anyway, if you guys enjoy my WWE Smackdown review on highlights, make sure you guys please watch the video from all the way from the beginning all the way towards the end for watch time hours. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more rest of the content that I do on the channel, and make sure you guys follow my social media down below in the description, and go check out my AEW Dynamite review on highlights I post on the channel. Go check out my WWE NXT review on highlights that I post on the channel. And shout out to Showstar with TV for doing the 2 years anniversary on his live on Twitch, and shouts to Serene for also doing a 2 year anniversary on her live stream on Twitch, and shouts to Lovely D, she's doing a 2 year affiliate anniversary, so shouts to Lovely D as well. I'm still, you know what I'm saying, shouts to those people, man, and shouts to everybody that's been supporting me since day one, man. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. So this Sunday we got a pay-per-view at WWE Clash in Paris. So the only thing that really got me upset is that Stephanie McCure is not at Clash in Paris. We could have had that match with a vacated Women's World Champion when for Stephanie McCure versus Io Sky for the vacated Women's World Championship. That would be a banger match at Clash in Paris, but we ain't gonna be able to get that. And that sucks, man. So it is what it is. I want you guys to have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kings, kept your club. Too sweet. And I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang. And I will see you guys this Sunday for my WWE Clash in Paris review and highlights. But Stephanie McCure should have been at Clash in Paris so she can battle Io Sky for the vacate for the women's World Championship. That would be a banker match. But anyway, it is what it is. It is what it is. I want you guys to have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. And I will see you guys tonight at 4 o'clock a.m. for my WWE Smackdown review and highlights. For my world premiere for my WWE Smackdown review and highlights. Have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kings, kept your club. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang.